Yeah, hi, Blue. Oh, yeah, good boy. Maya, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl?
Anything but a squeaky.
Squeak it a little bit.
I was. She's too curious in here.
She's going... Well, you see all my animals. You got Blue right here. You got Maya right here. Welcome to the fan cave. I hope you guys like it. It's a bit of an update. We worked on this all day yesterday. We went to IKEA. I told you in the previous video. We went to IKEA. We bought some new shelves. I had a whole vision for it, and this is pretty much vision realized, man. I'm so excited about this. We've got Blue right here. He's ready to go. He's ready to talk about the playoffs. We had a wild weekend of playoffs. A lot of blowouts, to be quite honest with you. Like the Chiefs, Dolphins, I guess, might have been one of the closer of the blowouts. I mean, the Packers, Cowboys, that kind of was a little closer than what it really was. But the best game of the weekend was by far the Rams-Lions. But let's get into it. The first game of the weekend, the Browns at the Texans. I was wrong about this. Did Blue hop down?
Yeah, he's
Okay. Blue, you want to sit? You want to sit in the chair? I don't know. The first game of the weekend, the Browns at the Texans. That game was. I picked the Browns to win. The Texans won 45-14. Man, this game, C.J. Stroud was on it. He tied a rookie record in the first half with 3 passing touchdowns. Seriously, C.J. Stroud, you know, he's going to be in the AFC South for the foreseeable future, and we need to get Anthony Richardson back because we need to have a quarterback to combat C.J. Stroud because he's incredible. He's really, really good. I like what I see out of C.J. Stroud, but at the same time, I don't because I'm a Colts fan. I don't want to see C.J. Stroud winning anything. But the Texans, man, they are rolling right now. And you go into Baltimore now. They won. They go into Baltimore, and you're rolling. Baltimore, they rested their starters in Week 18. They obviously didn't play in the Wildcard weekend. So, are they a little rusty? That's a conversation for another time. We're going to stick to this game. But seriously, I mean, shout out to C.J. Stroud. The dude has been balling. Moving on to the next game, the same day, the Dolphins at the Chiefs. The return of Tyreek Hill. Now, I said that Tyreek Hill was going to have a bad game, like 2 catches for 11 yards, or he was going to go off. He had a few catches. He had that one long touchdown, a 53-yard touchdown. Ultimately, though, that was the only touchdown that the Dolphins had. The Chiefs won 26-7. They're moving on to the divisional round. Taylor Swift and all the Swifties, they were extremely happy. They are on the hype train, but they're going into Buffalo. I'll get to that in a little bit. Now, on Sunday, the Packers at the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys, and I think a lot of other people, they picked the Cowboys as well. But they did not look like a good football team at all. Like, they won their division, won the NFC East. They got the 2 seed. Here you are hosting the Packers. Jordan Love just was phenomenal. I mean, you want to talk about C.J. Stroud. Jordan Love also. I mean, he's killing it. Like, we've got some good young stars in the NFL, and they're on display right now. We're getting a good mix of some veterans now with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And now we got some pretty new guys with C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the Packers, man, they looked phenomenal. They exposed the Dallas Cowboys. They could do whatever they wanted on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys didn't have an answer for them. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott were off all day long. They couldn't get it going. Where do you go from here? Mike McCarthy takes you to 3 straight 12-5 seasons, and you can't really get it done in the playoffs. So, Bill Belichick's out there, John Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, who knows? Who knows? But Packers lose in the opening round when they had a lot of high expectations. So there's going to be a lot of questions going into the offseason for the Dallas Cowboys. But the best game of the weekend, the best game came on Sunday night when the Rams traveled to Detroit. The first time in over 30 years that the Detroit Lions won the division. They hosted a playoff game. It was 1991 last time they hosted a playoff game. And finally, the city of Detroit they were so excited on the broadcast. They said this stadium was 3/4 of the way full an hour before kickoff. Now, I've been to a lot of games, and let me tell you something. An hour before kickoff, 25%, maybe, that's pushing it. That's an atmosphere right there. That's exciting. And Eminem was there. Obviously, the puns that the broadcast team was coming up with, the Eminem puns, was awesome. I loved it. I'm on the Lions bandwagon for the playoffs. I want to see the Lions win. Stafford coming back in, though, playing really well. So Matthew Stafford played really well. 1-point game. Could have gone either way, honestly, but the Lions, they get the win. Absolutely incredible game. Awesome game. That was by far the best game of the week. But now, real quick, the Lions fans, they met Stafford with boos, okay? I was at that Peyton Manning return game in 2013 where Peyton Manning was on the Denver Broncos and he came back to Indianapolis. I actually have the video on my channel if you want to go back and watch it. I booed the Broncos. But when Peyton Manning came on the field, I cheered him. When they showed the little tribute video, I cheered him. But do you know what the difference is between that and this game? It's the fucking playoffs. It's the playoffs. Matthew Stafford, every Detroit Lion fan has absolutely every right to boo every single member of the LA Rams. Every single right. Like, I would be upset if they cheered Stafford. It's the fucking playoffs, okay? Matthew Stafford's going to play next year. Matthew Stafford is going to be in that building next season. Then, thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. We love you. Thank you, Matthew. But this is the fucking playoffs. Like, that's now, like boom all you want. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was awesome. It's a little bit of gamesmanship. Like, hey, we love what you did for us, but hey, it's the playoffs, baby. Come on. Now the Lions, they get a second home playoff game. They get the Buccaneers at home, so expect a raucous environment. I would love to go to that game. I'd love to be in that building. That'd be crazy, but probably some pretty expensive tickets. Then we move on to Monday. We had a game that was slated for 1 o'clock on Sunday, but got rescheduled because of the snow. There was a lot of issues with the snow. I would have loved to have seen a snow game, but you looked at the stands, you looked at all that snow, there's no way. Even the broadcast team's like, there's no way they could have played a football game. You saw guys just tromping through the snow that's like waist deep in the stands. I don't even think they can get all the stands cleared out, which is crazy. Buffalo's a crazy place to play. Buffalo's a crazy team to play. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I didn't really think that they would make the playoffs, but somehow, some way, they made the playoffs. They had a third-string quarterback, and they didn't have T.J. Watt, and the Buffalo Bills are a really good football team. I think what is going to benefit the Buffalo Bills is them being at home. I think this is their best chance to get that championship, to get over the Kansas City Chiefs. I really do. But like I keep going off topic. I know I'm kind of giving little teasers for like the previews are coming up. I'm so excited for this divisional round. I'm just so excited. But the Bills, man, they played well against the Steelers. The Steelers did kind of get back into it a little bit. But, I mean, where do you go from here? Like I said with the Cowboys, the Steelers, they're always above 500. They're always right there in the playoffs. And this year they made the playoffs. And now, you don't win anything. You're probably going to be back with Kenny Pickett next year. I don't know. I don't know where you go from here. But the Buffalo Bills, an absolutely great team, getting a big win at home. In the hometown, the home crowd was absolutely energized. They're ready to go. They should be loud. They will be loud with the Kansas City Chiefs coming in. Both of these teams can play in the weather. It's going to be a hard place to play with the Chiefs, and I'm so excited that Patrick Mahomes finally gets a road playoff game. So that's going to be crazy to see. Last game of the weekend, the Eagles at the Buccaneers. Now, I said this, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I said that this was, as weird as it sounds, a get-right game for the Philadelphia Eagles because I didn't take the Buccaneers seriously. Nobody did. The Buccaneers, I saw a TikTok video of the Buccaneers, like, pulling up receipts of people saying that they didn't believe in, it's just the Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield. Hats off to the Buccaneers, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting a big home playoff win against a team that I just thought was going to run all over them. But, man, that team something's wrong with that team. Something's wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, you could say that about every team that lost. You could say that about the Dolphins. Are the Dolphins going to extend Tua? You could say that about the Browns. Where are the Browns going to go at the quarterback? You could absolutely say that about the Cowboys. The Cowboys and the coaching and Dak Prescott. The Rams might be the only team that's like, okay, we got Stafford, we got Sean McVay, we're good. That's the only team that's like, cool. The Steelers, there's so many questions about the teams that lost in the first round, but I think one of the biggest ones is Philadelphia, because Philadelphia, they started off 10-1 or 11-1, and they lost. They just continued to lose on down the stretch. They had an absolute dominant hold on the division. Ultimately lost it out to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they made the playoffs because they won 10, 11 games to start the season. I mean, but they just did not look like a good football team. They only put up 9 points. And I think, what did the Buccaneers do last night? They stopped the tush push, the most unstoppable play in football. They stopped it. I think they might have stopped it twice. Absolutely incredible performance by the Buccaneers. Really, 32-9 was the final score. Defensively, they looked great. They got after Jalen Hurts. Offensively, there were some drop passes. There were some issues. It could have been bigger than 32-9. But I mean, the Buccaneers, man, I think that's the upset of the weekend. I think the Texans beating the Browns wasn't super, too big of an upset, but people were like, okay, Joe Flacco, the Browns versus, C.J. Stroud, a younger team, but they got it done. But I think if you ask a lot of America, the Packers at the Cowboys, the Packers getting it done in Dallas after Dallas was undefeated at home all season long. I think if you ask people, that's the most surprising game of the weekend. But, man, seriously, the hats off to the Buccaneers. Like, that, to me, was like, wow, I was not expecting the Buccaneers to win. But now that sets up a divisional round of the Buccaneers at the Lions. No, I don't want to say I'm not taking the Buccaneers seriously, but, I mean, you got to be excited if you're Detroit. And either way, one of those two teams is going to be in the NFC Championship game. That's kind of crazy, too. Like, it could be Buffalo. No, not Buffalo. It could be the Buccaneers, the Lions, in the championship against, the Packers at the 49ers. Nobody would be surprised if you saw either of those two teams in the NFC Championship. But seeing the Lions and the Buccaneers without Tom Brady in the NFC Championship, people are going to be like, that looks weird. So I think the Lions, they've got a good path to the NFC Championship game. And I personally hope that they're playing the Packers, because having the Lions having a home NFC Championship game would be crazy for the city. Like 3 straight home playoff games would be phenomenal for any city. But Detroit, of all teams who haven't won anything, I'm rooting for Detroit. I know there's a lot of good stories going on. The Buccaneers, Lions. This is going to be a good game. But I'm going to break all that down in a later video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed my new layout. If you guys have any questions of what is that? What is that? What is that? I don't know. If you have any questions, just ask me. Comment down below. Man, what you got? What's that? I don't know. What is it? We'll find out. But that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am the big dog named Boston. At least that's what some people call me. That's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go Colts.